Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, we're gonna have, I think, a lot of fun. We're on the test server, and we are gonna be checking out not only the new fusion, Timit the Fool, we're also gonna be checking him out alongside his partner, and I've got a fun couple of combos to set up to try with them in the arena as well. I think you're gonna have a good time. Okay, so what are we looking at? Timit the Fool. Let's look at him first of all. He is the new fusion. Base stats are actually quite good. His speed's a bit low. We'd love to see that higher, but he's got very good base HP, defense, etc. You can see I'm trying a kind of a funky build here to start things off. We might switch it. What is the deal with Timit? This is the big question mark, is how good this A2 is going to be, right? Decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 3 turns. This, as far as I'm aware, I am like 99% sure that decreasing buffs does not provoke polymorph. It doesn't activate polymorph. So this gives you a way to remove buffs without being affected by polymorph, which is pretty huge. Now, we do know there's a polymorph nerf coming in January, but this is still a useful thing, so I'm excited for that. He gets an extra turn if there's no enemies with active buffs. I think that's a bit hard to do. You know, protection set is going to become more prominent. If he fails to meet the resistance check, that's going to be a problem, especially if resistance becomes again more prominent. So that's a little risky. He does always get an extra turn if Kaja is on the same team, his partner, and that's awesome. That's actually really good. He has another AoE move then that puts increased accuracy on everyone, and then a true fear on all enemies, which I think is cool. He heals himself with his A1, potentially getting turn meter, and then his passive is fairly weak. He gets some turn meter when fears and true fears don't work. What is very strong is if they do miss, if they miss their turn because of fear or true fear, and Kaja is on the same team, he actually provokes them as well. That's really good. So my thoughts about this champion, initial look is he doesn't seem amazing without Kaja, but with Kaja, suddenly you've got a buff strip with an extra turn. So you can strip their buffs, don't provoke polymorph, then go straight into increased accuracy for your team and putting true fear on all of them. And then if the true fear places, and if they get afflicted by it, he starts provoking as well. It's a lot of crowd control, and he could potentially speed through turns. So it's an interesting one. I think a big question is going to be, how are you going to get Kaja? Will they do a guaranteed champion event for her? Will they do a champion training event for her? I don't know. But we're going to be bringing her in as well. She has increased... she has an AoE revive with crit rate, crit damage. With Timit, he's going to get full HP and turn meter as well. And if he is on the same team and he's alive, he's instantly going to activate his AoE fear, which is cool. She has a turn meter fill. That is going to be a full cleanse with Timit there, with block debuffs for 1 turn. That's the main downside with her kit, honestly, is 1 turn. And then her A1 is healing. And she's going to be totally immune to turn meter reduction with Timit there as well. I've talked about these champs before. I do think they're a powerful combo, right? Like, if Timit, the fusion, isn't too hard to get, and if this champion is maybe like a guaranteed champion, right? Pretty accessible, they're a strong combo for arena. You've got like a powerful reviver and powerful crowd control with Timit. The two together, I think, are actually quite good. And let's say compared to, well, I mean, I was going to say Karato Yumiko. Karato is not super strong, so he was easy to get, but Yumiko's really hard to get. Like Sifi Rotus, really strong, but Sifi's really hard to get. Both of these champs are way more accessible than most couples in the game and could have some relevance. So I'm actually, the more I've thought about it, the more it's stewed in my mind, the more positive I've been. We'll see how it actually turns out and when we actually do it. So what I want to try first is just a whole lot of bolster as well, right? I'm imagining a world where polymorph has fallen off a little bit, but it's still there, right? It's still there. Let's try this. Let's go in with bolster on these champions. They both have good base HP. Let's see what we can do. And I've got a good bit of reaction. So Timid is built in bolster with perception. Unfortunately, he's quite slow. So the idea is we hopefully let them buff up, then we strip off all their buffs, and then we start fearing them. He's tanky. He's got 600 accuracy. And he's got these masteries. So I think fairly straightforward. I did, for fun, give him Harvest Despair. He's going to throw out some leeches when he fears, which I think is cool. And more accuracy, straightforward. For Kaja the Rye, for her masteries, I've gone Revive focused on like turn meter and Revive and speed. And I've also put her in Bolster. So she's going to heal up. She's going to be protected. With her, I do feel like this is the champion you want to run fast, right? Because of the turn meter stuff going on here, that she's basically, if Timit is there, she's immune to turn meter reduction and actually gains turn meter if they try to reduce it. And the fact that she's got a really short cooldown turn meter boost, I do think you want to actually run her pretty quick. I haven't managed to get her super fast, like 278. It's okay, but I don't know. This might be too slow. So we're going to find out. I have it sort of slightly speed tuned with another champ I'm going to try with them. And we'll see if that pans out. But she's in bolster, so big old bolster shield and double reaction. So let's go fight some fights here. And let's see what we can do. So we can't really fight Sifi. Sifi breaks fear, so we'll skip that. We'll go straight over here and we'll attack this guy. So the two teams I want to try, we've got two very fun teams. Two very fun teams. So first of all, I want to try her out with Uko, Mighty Uko, who's actually faster. So the idea is Uko strips them off with their buffs, and then Kaja is going to turn meter boost Uko up and give him block debuffs to help him get through. That could be quite cool. Timit is there to strip as well and to fear. So there's a good chance we're going to be landing fears and stripping their buffs. We've got double revivers in here, which I think is nice. And then we've got Krokmar for damage, which I'm excited about. So he is a HP-based damage dealer. I've no idea how hard he hits, but he is tanky. He's giving us increased crit rate, crit damage. He's reducing their stats. I think it could be quite fun. So that's team number one. Team number two is also super fun. So we've got Kaja in the lead this time with Timit. We've got Mithrala, right, for protecting us with Cleanse, with increased defense and increased attack. And she is also in bolster. And then we're bringing in Fortis. What? We're bringing in Fortis? We know there's a buff coming for him in January. Well, he increases the chance of enemy skills failing by 15%. So suddenly, whenever Timit puts out that true fear, they've got a massive chance to fail and be afflicted by and miss their turn because of true fear. Then Timit's going to provoke them. And I think this is going to be a really nasty combo. Of course, all of these fears as well is going to activate Fortis's secret skill, which I think is also pretty poggers. Let's go in. I've excited myself with the Fortis idea. Let's go in. We'll play it on manual first. Let's see. Let's get a bit of a vibe. But yeah, I don't know. I've sort of come around to this idea. I don't know if this is the strategy, by the way, in terms of build. Okay, so we did get our stuff stripped, which is a little bit annoying. So let's actually cleanse that so we don't have to deal with it. And here we go. Do they have any polymorph? First of all, polymorph. Wow, this person has no polymorph. Okay, well, we'll never know. So we stripped that stuff up. He actually resisted with Kaimar. That's probably unlucky. And then we can come in and we can just fear them. And oh, he got frozen by Torment. Is interesting. His increased accuracy, he actually got frozen by Torment by doing the buffs. That's unfortunate because Kaja missed her turn, couldn't give him. Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. We'll go in with the fear here with Fortis, and look, there's the provoke. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so she can come in. She can give us revive. Not revive. She can cleanse and turn meter boost us. That's cool. We can put on increased defense. Okay. He's back to turn one. We can come in and just A1. He's not honestly doing much with that. His and one slight downside with bolster, his thing has fallen off. Big hit from Fortis. They've done a revive. At this point, we can just A1 with her, which actually puts out a good chunk of healing, funny enough. We might kill Duchess with Mithrala. Not quite. Oh, the buff strip. That's not what we want to see. Uh-oh. Blizzard Rage. That's not what we want to see. That's not good. We have killed him, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm a bit worried. We can shield up. We might get frozen. It's risky. We did get frozen. I don't think he had anything useful to do, though. Let's see. Sky Piercer. Hits hard, but we survive. No increased attack. So that's cool. And yeah, at this point, here we go. We're going to turn meter boost again. One thing I like about this Kaja thing, here we go. He's going to do his secret skill. Doesn't do much, honestly. He didn't have increased defense. They didn't have fears on. Let's give us increased defense again. But with bolster, because she's taking so many turns, it's going to heal her up a lot. There we go. We get to strip him off. Don't freeze us this time. Excellent. Fears, one didn't land, but the rest did. We'll take it. She comes in with her A1. Lots of healing. Here we go. Can we finish them off? Fortis, no secret skill, sadly, but his A2 comes in. Smack. She's true feared. She actually got her turn. And yeah, some A1s. And there we go. Okay, cool. So this has worked, ironically, fairly well. Somehow. Let's just A1 here. Maybe kill her with poisons. Don't kill Fortis. Don't do it. No, he's got his passive. He can't die. And bam, she's dead. Interesting. Okay, we took him down. Okay. Let's try the exact same thing against a blender team. Interesting. So we've got bolster. We've got some reaction. Should be like, look at this shield. Yeah, he's going to go first. He's going to slam us. Oh, wow. We almost killed Mithrala right there. That was actually a little bit rough. But we have survived. Here we go. Cleanse, turn meter boost. Let's put on the increased defense. Hex all of them as well. Oh, she's actually petrified. Okay. We can strip their buffs. It's definitely giving us an extra turn. Let's do a quick polymorph check. He didn't have any polymorph. That's fine. Now we can fear them all. Cool, we feared them. This guy didn't get feared for whatever reason. We didn't activate our secret skill, sadly. We'll come in and smack them with him. We can get the revive with her, which is going to instantly activate his fear again, which is just awesome. That's actually super cool. And then we can kill Arbiter. That's not a bad combo. He even has his AoE ready to go again. It activates it for free and actually resets the cooldown. So he could have done his AoE like back to back. Fortis finishes them off. All right, let's try another fight. I'm actually digging this. Torment is a little annoying. Let's try this. This is like a odd ones team. Okay, this is powerful. Okay, let's see how this one goes. I'm intrigued. I'm pretty sure he had polymorph. I forgot to check, but I'm sure he does with those sorts of champs. He's got polymorph and 2 champions. Perfect. So he's going to boost up. Right, let's cut in. Turn meter boost. We want to cut in, my friend. Yeah, let's put increased defense on us. We could also put on strengthen and the shield if we were worried. Let's come in, reduce all his buffs. Cool. His ultimate Death Knight did resist. That's fine. We're going to fear him. Again, Trunda not being feared. Have I forgotten to book Timid or something? What is going on there? We can come in with the nuke. Whoo, boom. And he's dead. Not bad, not bad. Maybe, surely I didn't forget to book Timid. It's something I could possibly have done. I thought he had a 100% chance to fear. Maybe not, because he is missing. So maybe it's Masteries removing it. That could be that too. But like Trunda, he certainly didn't weak hit Trunda. He's positive affinity to her. So I'm not 100% sure what happened. Turn meter boost there. Hit him. Hex will help us kill him. So at this point, he's basically dead. There we go. We've decreased his buffs. He's feared. Now he's provoked. I dig that. Fortis gonna A1. Fortis is kind of the most underwhelming one here. Let's be real. Oh man, can we kill this guy? Every time we get healed, he gets healed. And we've got a slight problem. We're getting turn meter on Timit, that's nice, but we've got a slight problem with 3 champions in bolster. He's actually getting healed quite a lot. Oh, look at that. The extra turns, the healing. The brimstone from Mithrala actually helped right there. He's provoked. Cool. I think we procced our passive as well, but he's not feared right now. No, we're good. And he's dead. Okay, we took him down. We took him down. Okay, cool. Let's refresh. Let's try out the different version of the team. Let's come in here. He doesn't have much polymorph. I'm pretty sure I didn't forget to book Timid, did I? No, I didn't. Place a true fear on all enemies for 1 turn. I don't know why that didn't place. Am I missing something? You guys can let me know. I feel like he was supposed to fear people and he didn't. Possibly he got resisted. I think it's unlikely that Trunda resisted. 3%, I suppose. Right, let's try out team number 2. So we tried out team number 1. Honestly, it's a pretty nice combo. These 2 champs with the Mithrala, it's not bad, right? She opens up a defensive nuker with her increased defense. That's sort of the point there. If you're using a HP nuker, you could use sort of anyone. Possibly you could build Timid to nuke as well, but I sort of felt like you kind of want to build him with good accuracy. That's just my priority, right? I think he has increased accuracy here. That's great, but it's not easy to get that up. You really want to open with his A2, strip their buffs, get the extra turn, and then debuff them with True Fear. So I feel like high accuracy is the better way to go. You know, I think it just makes more sense. And so much of his kit is about control. Right, let's go in against this team. So we are probably going to be squishier here. We're a bit more random. Let's see if it works. So we've got still the 2 champs in bolster. So we can attempt to strip 1. How much polymorph do they have? Just 2-star and Duchess. So really not much polymorph. We actually got a couple of provokes there. That's quite nice. I do like that. Let's speed boost us. Here we go. Let's start cutting in on them. Strip his buffs off. We can actually land the fears on everyone. Increase accuracy. One nice thing, by the way, that increase accuracy is going to make Mithrala more resisty too, which is funny. Now we've got Crocodile. What's the deal with him? In case you haven't seen, I've built him for damage. So he buffs up our whole team with crit rate, crit damage with an extra turn, which is cool. He has an AoE attack here that's going to basically protect him. And then his A1 actually does an AoE attack if the first hit crits. So I'm curious how he's going to be as a consistent damage dealer. And then with his passive, whenever he attacks, he's going to permanently decrease enemies' attack or defense, as well as accuracy or resistance by 5%, depending on what's the highest. So we can potentially reduce their defense by 30%, and like Mithral's accuracy by 30%, resistance on Ultimate Death Knight or Duchess. So pretty cool stuff. Let's buff everybody up, which is going to make Timit hit a bit harder. Let's see his AoE here. Visually looks cool. I mean, that tickled the Duchess right there. So not crazy damage, to put it bluntly. Let's actually speed us up at this point. Kaja doesn't have much to do. She's just sort of healing with her A1. Here he goes in with the A1. Ooh, with the AoE. All right, the AoE didn't hit super hard. He's got a double hitter A1, so it will hit... Oh, let's try... I think he's going to kill Ultimate Death Knight. Oh, he still does the AoE. Whoa, that actually did hit pretty hard. That A1's not bad, and we don't need increased attack or anything like that in the team. She's going to go in again. Unfortunately, Duchess is a little bit annoying. She stops his passive from working. Let's go in. A1. Ooh, the AoE. Mr. Crocodile. Okay, Crocmar. Doing some work right there. We try the plus. Let's try the +2 Rotus. This seems scary. Let's try it. This seems like it might be a harder fight. Let's give it a go. We've got a lot of spirit, which is not super compelling, but we can maybe like lock him down with fears and stuff. Let's see. Polymorph check, by the way. We've got one polymorph only, so not much. Right, here we go. He took one turn. I like the speed boost here, and we can sort of speed boost into Timit. There's actually no point in doing this. He has no buffs, so YOLO. Let's just go in with the fear. Let's fear him all up. Excellent. Boost the crit. Let's go in with an AoE smack. Why not? It's decently hard. Oh, counterattack. Ooh, the counterattack is nice. Unfortunately, his max HP got somewhat depleted there. But I do like that counterattack. I'm going to actually give us increased speed right now. She is going to A1 and heal Timit. I mean, Timit is super tanky. We could just do this for... Yeah, that's just A1 for turn meter. Why not? Okay, you come in and hit whoever. AoE is decreasing all their stats. Hopefully we get decreased attack on Rotus. We didn't. Rotus gonna land... Oh man, 120. That's a lot of damage right there. Here we go. This is gonna be fun. So she revives him. Timit is on the same team. Timit is alive because he's in bolster, and between her A1 and his A1, he's max HP, and Rotus is a single target. Timit is instantly going to do his Kegs of Dread. Let's see that. So here we go. Revive this guy, brings him back with crit rate and crit damage. Timit's ready with the Kegs of Dread. We could actually strip off her buff if we wanted. You know what? Yeah, let's just double nuke them. Nuke one, and then let's nuke them again. I don't know what... Maybe I shouldn't have nuked them again, actually. That might have been a slight waste. Too late. It's done now. Decrease attack. Well, that's going to help. Good. Let's see how hard we hit the Duchess. AoE. Sort of working him down. Timit's low on life. Speed boost everybody up here. Timit's going to heal up. Actually, quite a lot right there. Don't kill my reviver. We're still good. Let's go in. Strip. Block all of his buffs some more. Poor Timit has no use for his buff strip in this fight. He's too strong. A1 heals up her and Timit. Timit's back full health. That's actually kind of hilarious. All right, let's boost up everybody. And then let's go in with the AoE. For Plunk. Job done. Job done. She's healed herself up a bit. He's doing things because he can. Crocodile doing work. I don't know, guys. You know, like, we're fighting good teams. Like, who knows? I mean, maybe he's missing some gear, but it seems like he's got most of it on there. Like, this team looks like a little bit of a meme team, considering what people feel about Timit. Timit actually did pretty good damage, man. Timit, his damage added up. Just from all the AoEs and extra turns. He's actually a nice combo. He's a nice combo with the Crocodile, right? That crit rate bonus the Crocodile gives you is actually pretty good. Huh. Yeah, I don't... Let me know. What do you think about this? Honestly, I feel like Timit with Kaja is actually very strong. I don't know if this is the perfect build. Like, the bolster thing is pretty cool. I actually think you could easily switch Timit. You could just run him way faster, right? You could have him be much, much faster, just cycling through his moves. You could probably give him crit rate as well, so he'd be pumping out fairly consistent damage. Bolster was kind of just to keep Uko and Kaja alive, but I don't think it's super needed. This was, by the way, my build on Mr. Crocodile, so we had 2 reaction. I was trying to get like reaction, lots of reaction on these guys with Bolster. I think it's just really strong, and it's hard to counter that. Crocodile had almost 90,000 HP, 3,000 defense, 214 speed, 85% crit rate, 263% crit damage, and he had these masteries. Fortis was these masteries. His build wasn't the best. 5k defense, 258% crit dam. That could definitely do. I guess his base defense kind of sucks, actually. That could do better. But I think when the Fortis buff comes along, this, you know, there's some potential here, right? I think there's potential. But yeah, Timit. Now, without her, he'd basically come in, strip their buffs, and then sit there. Maybe he'd get an extra turn. I think that extra turn is so crucial because you reduce all their buffs, then you fear them. That's a really good 1-2 combo. Like, you can almost think of them as almost being just the one move, right? Hit the enemy, strip all their buffs off, and fear. That's a strong combo with accuracy for everybody else. And then turning that into provokes if Kaja is there is actually very good. So my goal with this showcase basically is to answer that question: is it worth going for Timit the Fool? I think yes. I think yes, it's actually worth going for this guy. Yeah, I think he has potential. I genuinely do. I think this champion is actually pretty cool. I mean, there are questions still going of how can we get Kaja the Rye, though she's not the most unobtainable just from shards in the first place. How good will this Fortis buff be? But I think he combos really well with these champs, and it's a powerful thing. Yeah, man, I like him. I actually have come around. I was going to go for this fusion anyway, just because, but yeah, you know what? My initial impression, I'll be honest, was that this champion sucked balls, that he was absolutely terrible. I don't think that's true anymore. I think Kaja, yeah, look, Kaja, I think is actually pretty good, and I think they actually combo pretty well together, right? I think they're actually a really good combo. I think it could be nice for live arena. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. They're even in the same faction, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, honestly, not terrible. Let me know what you think, though. Let me know. I didn't show Doom Tower. I think Doom Tower Waves is the other big area where, like, survivable crowd control is a big thing, and also possibly whatever new content they bring in. But I think, you know, they'll work great in Doom Tower. It's not really a worry. It's going to be very, very, very strong for crowd control. Actually, the final point I'll leave you with before I go, something that I think is worth mentioning as well, because it's a big deal. The number of books, 4, 2, and 2. 8 legendary books total for this guy is on the low end. I think Kaja was pretty low as well. 4, 2, and 2. Also 8 legendary books for Kaja, you know? Like, you could spend 16 legendary books. Like, I think Pixniel is 16 legendaries. You could book 1 legendary. What's it? Narma the Returned as well. You know, there's a few Legos that take that many books. You could book 2 of them actually quite cheap. Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Like, I genuinely think if you don't have that many revivers, Kaja could be a great pick for live arena for a lot of people. If you don't have many revivers, she's a good one to have in the bag. And when she's in there, Timit's actually really, really strong. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.